Differentiate the following with respect to t. Y equals 1 over t. Now, in previous videos in this playlist, I've been differentiating with respect to x. What's happened here, I'm just using t, not x. It's the same approach regardless. You just make sure that you're dealing with the correct variable when you differentiate. And here I'll be differentiating y with respect to t. So the approach is you bring down the power to the front to multiply and subtract 1 from the power. So it's the same as we've done in all of the examples so far in the playlist. So let's move on to the next slide where you can see I've got y equals 1 over t. To move forward with the differentiation, I have to alter this to a different form. And I'm going to achieve that with an understanding of indices. So as an aside, what I'm going to do is to say I've got 1 over t. Now that can be written as 1 over t to the 1. Now the fact that there's no sign in front of this one means that this can be read as t to the plus 1. So if there isn't a sign there, it implies that it is positive. Now this 1 over t to the 1 can be written as 1 times t to the minus 1. It's as if this t to the plus 1 has been brought up here and changed to the minus 1, and you multiply instead of divide. So this can be written as you see here. Now this requires an understanding of indices that I'm not going to go into, but I am showing you where the next stage comes from. What I can now do is write this out as t to the minus 1. Now this gives that 1 over t can be written as t to the minus 1. So I'll bring that up here as you can see with the background blue, and then I'll get rid of this aside and move on with the differentiation. So I can now write y equals t to the minus 1. In other words, I've replaced this with t to the minus 1 according to this here, which is our understanding of indices. I've now got this in the form that I need to forward the differentiation. And I'm going to take this minus 1 and I'm going to bring it to here. And I'm going to use that to multiply the t minus 1 after this minus 1 is reduced by 1. And that can be seen here, where we have t to the minus 1 minus 1. And of course, minus 1 gives minus 2. So this can go on to be shown to be equal to minus t to the minus 2. Now, of course, this minus 1 multiplying the t gives you minus t. And this minus 1 gives you minus 2. I will now continue by bringing this to the top where dy dt we've seen equals minus t to the minus 2. I'm now going to reflect onto indices, and we know that t to the minus 2 equals 1 over t to the 2. And what I'm going to do is to use this to replace t to the minus 2 by 1 over t to the 2. So I can end up with dy dt equals minus, and I've got 1 t to the 2 here. So I brought the minus down, but I've replaced this by 1 over t to the 2 as shown by this here, which is our knowledge base of indices. Now I say knowledge base because you should be able to see these quickly, but you need to understand them as well. So I recommend you do some work on indices if things like this baffle you a bit. So we have just shown that y equals 1 over t can be written when we differentiate it as dy dt equals minus 1 over t to the 2.